Thriller over in Euro 2020 over in Group B as Russia took on Denmark with a spot in the last 16 on the table. Who came out on top? Well, I'll tell you what, there was plenty of goals and plenty of drama, and of course, got it all coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review. Looking back, of course, the Group B encounter between Russia and Denmark, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button, bang out today with all things Euro 2020 related, Blackburn Rovers related. Woo! Football, there we go here. Under one Rooskies, of course, what is it? All 4 teams out of Group B had their shot to get into the last 16, but only 2 can guarantee that spot. And of course, one of them came out of this match, and we'll take a look at that in a minute, in a thriller, absolute thriller at Denmark. 5 goals as well. We'll take it all about it in just a second. Big shout out to the VIPs. Thank you so much, patrons, for supporting the channel. If you are interested in becoming a patron, check out the link in the old description, patreon.com/Roverseas. Here we go. Take a look back then, shall we? Over in Denmark, it was a 4-1 win in the end for the Danes. Goodness gracious me, they actually took a banging lead. Mikael Damsgaard with a 38th minute goal to give them up and at them moving in the right direction. And of course, going in at halftime with their tails up with a chance, but of course, it wasn't confirmed until the news coming out of the Finland-Belgium game. There was a lot of controversy, a lot of little murmurings, a goal for them, gave Belgium the lead, but of course, it was stricken off by VAR, which didn't really give Denmark any sort of hope in the end. But they actually took a 2-goal lead. Josef Poulsen scored to make it 2-0. 59 minutes to get the Danes 2-0 up. And of course, that gave them a big old boost for potentially strengthening their cause for the 3rd spot. But of course, those shots were those hopes were dashed a little bit later on. Artem Zugba converted from the penalty spot after was it a handball or a clumsy challenge? I can't really remember, but it doesn't really matter. Converted by Russia, and of course made it a little bit spicy, and of course kind of turned the tables back on the Danes. Fortunately for the Danes, they did come into fruition. Goals over between the Finnish and the Belgian game worked in their favour, but of course they didn't stop there. They made sure on their own account. Of course, Andreas Christensen, of course Chelsea's Champions League winning defender, upstepped in with a banger, and of course Joachim Maehle with an 82-minute cherry on top to put them the 3 points in the bag, and of course into the last 16 they go. Goodness gracious, not as 3rd place, but as the runners up, and of course started this Group Day match with 0 points. The Russians had 3, the Finns had 3, the Belgians had 6. I felt like this was going to be the case, that it was going to boil down to just one win getting you through, and it did in the end. And not only as runners-up, but of course, well, not only as 3rd place, but as a runners-up. Anyway, possession-based side, of course, the Danes 65% possession, going in favour of the 35 for the Russians. As for the shots, 16 shots for the Danes. They really peppered them as well, and 2 of them off target. The rest of them were on target, so the keeper was very, very busy. 6 shots for the Russians, 3 of them off target, 2 on target as well, and 1 in the back of the net. Corners 7-1. They did pile on the pressure, absolutely tremendous pressure as they try to get the 3 points and do it for Christian. Of course, we're kind of glossing over the elephant in the room here. Of course, Eriksen no longer involved with the camp, trying to get himself back on his feet again. Of course, looking to maybe get himself back in action for the start of the domestic season for Inter Milan. But anyway, possession of passes by 499 for the Danes, 277 for the Russians, 82% successful with their passing, 67% with the Russians. Had an absolute nightmare of the office. In fact, finished 4th in the group because of this performance. They're not playing the waiting game. They're going home. That's why we'll elaborate on that in a minute. This is, of course, the shot grid. The Russians are the light blue. Couple of shots on target, just the 2. As for the Danes, absolutely peppered them. Long range ones inside the box, whatever you want to call it. They had it in their locker today, and this was probably the performance of the tournament. And you know what? They've already got their opponent for the last 16, and I would fear to play them. They've got their tails up. They're playing for something. They're actually playing for something. They're not just playing for the trophy or playing to go the distance. They are playing for a player's spirit, the morale, the whole atmosphere around Denmark at the moment has gone electrified. So the Danes are the one team that you probably don't want to face, and unfortunately I think the Welsh have them in the last 16. It does give the Welsh a chance to make it to the quarterfinals again, and we'll have a look at the bracket in a minute. But right here, right now, the Danes are a team to be feared, and they've got the tails up, they've got the win, they got through after a really bad start against the Finns, a horrible start, and of course the Belgians who outclassed them in the end. Look at the heat maps here. Here come the Russians again. Not really much touches, as you can see. When they did have the ball, it was down the left-hand side. Again, this was the hot spot here. Keeper very, very active as well. A little bit of a possession on the right-hand side, but nothing to get excited about. As for the Danes, Schmeichel was very, very busy, but of course, a lot of possession for the Danes. Let me go back here a second. Yeah, a lot of possession really for in the attacking third, wasn't it? So that's the Russian keeper. No, this must be Schmeichel right here. Of course, when they have possession coming down the right hand side, it looks like, and of course, very much in this back defender's third. Patient build up, slow and steady. But of course, they made it count. They peppered the goal and, of course, created a lot of chances in the end. How about this then? This is the touch mark for the Russians as well. As you can see, yep, the keeper very, very active on his tippy toes again down the left hand side when they have it. Schmeichel here, right now. Of course, very, very much a lot of passing going on. And keep the ball within that middle third, try and create the chances, which they did create plenty of those. Take a look at the starting lineups then, shall we? Start with the Russians. Savinov between the sticks, Georgi Dezinka, Igor Dividev, Fedor Kudashov, and Magadov. Well, that made up your back three. Magadov, Ozadov, Roman Sobnin, Mario Fernandez, Dalia Kuzanov, Alexei Miranchuk with that banger, and Alexander Golovin, who did have a really good chance to really put the cherry on top for Russians, but of course failed to get over the line. Artem Zugba with the 1-0 goal for the Russians on the day. Of course, with the penalty goal. As for the Danes, Schmeichel between the sticks, Vestergaard, Kajar, and Christensen made up your back three. Delaney, Holsberg, Vass, Maehle, your fullbacks, Mikhail Damsgaard further forward, and Martin Braithwaite with Josef Poulsen also on the score sheet, as well as they got plenty of goals to get excited about. The substitutions, Vashev, Kadavev coming on, of course, Maxim Mukin, 19-year-old, little rushki there, Ryatav Zelamanentov, 24-year-old attacking midfielder, and Alexander Zobolov as well, 24-year-old guy on the books. I'm not even sure what club that is, but some young guns there for the future. As for the Danes, we did see the likes of Strega Larsen coming on, a nice little player as well on the books of Udinese, Christian Norgard, Matthias Jensen, the Brentford boys, Cornelius and Dolberg, who is absolutely shit. I don't know why he's still playing. Take a look at the old formations here, and of course match ratings. The Russians weren't really at the races. 7.3 though for Zugba, of course that one on goal, but of course the man of the match, it appears to be Pierre-Emil Holsberg, the defensive linchpin in midfield for the Danes, pulling all the strings as well. Christensen with 7.9, and Maehle as well on the left hand side as well. So very, 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 very attacking display, and of course with purpose as well. As you can see, the events down here, a lot of quick fire goals, a lot of substitutions, a very scrappy stop-started game with all the substitutions, yellow cards, and goals. But the Danes are going to be happy. They're going to be licking their lips, of course. Take a look at what's been said on social media then, shall we? Ilton Jose de Lima said Denmark, with the support of the fans, got an expressive 4-1 win over Russia and is guaranteed in the next phase. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Meanwhile, more 7RM. Congratulations to the great team of Denmark. They have more than they deserve. They passed to the round of 16. Ivo Maehle says, so pleased with Denmark after everything the entire team and nation have gone through. Well done. I'm sure Eriksen is proud. Thapello said, let's spare a thought for Eriksen. These players had to play on after receiving such sad news and now finished second. Props to Danes. Daniel Kaposi says, so happy Finland is going home. Luckily, Ass win against the Danes. All three countries outplayed them. Pauli said, well, they're not actually going home just yet. They've got a mission impossible, really, to get over the line, to get through. But yeah, they're still in it for the as of recording. Pauli said that was brilliant. They played like true Vikings. Well, okay, no pallying. But the courage, the mindset, and effort is worthy of a place in Valhalla. Nimar said, nerve-wracking and glorious, a furiously fought win deservedly after the much tougher beginning. Denmark won it all. Christensen everywhere, and the Denmark has their new youngest Euro scorer in Mikhail Damsgaard. Amazing opener. Was he the guy who did the dive last time around? It could very well be. Nathan said, I'm over the moon for Denmark after what they dealt with in this competition so far. They more than deserve it. Thomas Price said, I'm so glad Denmark went through. They have so much bad luck so far, but now they're playing Wales next. My goodwill for them has ended. Cadam B said, Denmark made one of the best performances in the Euros to go to the next stage. I hope they go as far as they possible in the competition to continue with this beautiful story. And Arecia Cristiano Ronaldo, what a fantastic match. Amazing performance from the Denmark. And they deserved for the knockout stages a Euro 2020 after difficult moments on early match. Indeed, they were. What about the situation in the group? It is done and dusted. Of course, Belgium go through 100% record. Just one goal conceded, and that was scored by the Danes. Of course, meanwhile, the Danes finished in second with a rapturous response from their early opening games. Just the 3 points for them, but of course, goals scored are 4. They are over the likes of Finland, but Russia are going. So this is the situation over in the bracket right here, right now. We do have the Belgians sitting pretty right up here, and we also have the Danes sitting pretty right down here. They will take on the Welsh Of course, I don't have the match dates in front of me, but they will be playing them in the round of 16. Let's take a look at the situation, though, with the qualified teams. Of course, because of the results and how they've panned out, we now know, I think there's a whole bunch of teams now have qualified. Italy and Wales out of Group A. Switzerland, I believe, have qualified as one of the best third-place teams already. That's guaranteed. Belgium and Denmark have joined them from Group B, and, of course, the Netherlands and Austria have joined them from Group C. Meanwhile, in Group D, the Czech Republic and England have also qualified. They don't even have to kick a ball. They will be there. One way or another. They could lose, they could play 25-0 and lose, but they'll still be there. Sweden are also there, and France are also there. But what about the next best things? Of course, in the third place playoff race, Switzerland have qualified, they've advanced, that's confirmed. One of the 4 spots have been taken up. Portugal, Ukraine, and Finland currently sit in those spots. Spain and Croatia are breathing down their necks, of course. Finland, Spain, basically, if they draw, they will knock Finland out because of the negative goal difference. But if Spain lose to Slovakia, guess what? They're going to be scrambling. Same can be said for Croatia. Defeat for them in that match. Again, it doesn't look good for Finland. I'll tell you that. It doesn't look good for Finland. I think they're gonna dip out in the end. Ukraine might also hang on as well. I think that bit of a spanking from the Finns has given Ukraine a bit of hope. There you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. Of course, what are we looking at? The Danes are through to the next round. Of course, the Russians are going home. That's of course nailed and hosed. And of course, we already know the Denmark's next opponent in the last 16. It is the Welsh. Have they got any hope? Will they go the distance? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the Danes in the old comment section down below. We look forward to that. And of course, we'll preview the game as and when we get around to it. But until then, give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out the links over on the description. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that might be. And of course, smash your subscribe, smash the little bell. I'll see you soon, whenever that is.